it was a little tough to make a good deal. I did okay based on what I know. Some of the games I did well, some I definitely overpaid for, but, you know, I don't go there very often, and I figure it's worth grabbing a few things. So this is actually the closest pawn shop to my apartment. I haven't been here in years because the one time I did go here, they had like a couple games and they were all super overpriced. I figure, you know what? It's been a long time. Let's take a look, see if they've gotten anything. It's a pawn shop I don't go to, so let's go. All right, so I'm actually outside of GameStop right now because the pawn shop itself was, the outside of it was slammed. There was a grocery store that was absolutely popping today, so I didn't want to awkwardly film while a bunch of people were around. So I didn't film anything in the pawn shop. I kind of wish I at least got a couple shots, but similar to last time, this pawn shop, they know what they're doing. Unlike a lot of pawn shops where they tend to either flat price or underprice things by a fair amount, most of the games in this place were pretty much close to market. When I walked in, they had a wall of PS4, Xbox One. I took a look at those, picked out a few, had to narrow that down even more because of the price they wanted. They gave me like a couple bucks off. It wasn't a significant discount. So if the prices were already close to market and I wasn't getting a whole lot off, it wasn't worth it. And even then, I still probably got ripped off. But I picked up a few games, and then right when I was about to leave, I saw there was a glass case, and in the glass case was a bunch of Switch and PS5 games. So I looked at those, and it turns out there were actually a few that I didn't have in my collection or wanted in my collection that I wanted to grab, so I got them. And those were actually those were better deals than the other ones were. One game I did put back that I did consider was Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Switch, only because they had a complete copy with the case. My copy is a loose case, or a loose copy, so I was tempted to buy that, trade in the game, and keep the case. But it would have been, I basically would have been paying like $7 or $8 for the case, and it just wasn't worth it. The best game I think they had in the store was a copy of Skylanders Imagineers on the PS4. That they knew what they had, though. It was priced at $30. It was a little tough to make a good deal. I did okay based on what I know. Some of the games I did well, some I definitely overpaid for, but you know, I don't go there very often, and I figure it's worth grabbing a few things. So here are the games I picked up to trade in to GameStop, and I think I did okay on these. Dark Souls Remastered, Xbox One. Trades in for $7, plus there's the bonus if you trade towards a new game. I think I paid $4 for it, so that's actually the one I did the best on in terms of trade-in stuff, because I'll get like $5 or so extra for trading that in, so that's not bad. The rest I barely got anything extra, but I did them anyway. Shadow of the Colossus on the PS4. I already have this game. I paid $8, I think, and it trades in for like $10. So it's a couple bucks, nothing crazy, but you know, if I was already going to spend the money, I might as well get a little bit extra credit. And then the last one is this no cover art copy of WWE 2K15 on the PS4. That trades in for like $5. I paid $5 for it, so I think after the bonus it's worth like $6 something. So I gained like a couple bucks in the last couple. Not amazing, not awful, definitely could have been better though. And then here's the stuff I got to keep, and I think I did a lot better on these. We'll start off with SingStar and Dance on the PS3. I have most of the SingStar games already on the PS3. I don't have this one, so I figured I'd snag it. I do need to get working mics again for SingStar on the PS3, but SingStar is a great game. I wish they still made them. They discontinued the PS4 one a long time ago, and they have not made a new one since. So I miss the SingStar series. I wish Sony would bring it back. They probably won't, but you never know. This is the game I really fumbled the bag on, and honestly, I'm probably just going to give this to my buddy Matt as a present. Cobra Kai 2 on the PS4. I paid $8 for it. What I didn't realize is, first of all, I already had it on Xbox One, brand new sealed. And second of all, it doesn't trade in for much, so it was kind of a complete waste. I probably should have just tried to return it. I don't know if they would have accepted returns, but I probably should have just tried to return it, but whatever. I'm just going to give it to Matt as a little gift. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And then here are the games I picked out of the glass case, and these I did significantly better on. First, we have Record of a Garrist War on the Switch. This is a port of a PS3 tactical RPG. It's actually got some pretty good value. I only paid $19 for it, and it's a lot. It has a bit more value than that. This one I got simply because of logistical reasons, but also I wanted it. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on the PS5. Now, I already have Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4, and yes, there is a free upgrade. However, the Director's Cut you have to pay for, and the Director's Cut costs $30. I essentially paid $30 and got a physical copy of the Director's Cut. So I figured it was might as well just do that. I might trade in my PS4 copy of the regular game. I don't know yet. We'll see. And then the other game, and this one I got only because I don't have it. And it's one I've been looking for a while. It is loose, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We have Octopath Traveler on the Switch. I have the second one. I didn't have the first one. So now I have a copy. I paid $34 for it, which is more than it's worth, but oh well. But yeah, that's what I got. We'll see what I can get at GameStop. All right, now it's time to go to GameStop to trade in a couple games, and who knows, maybe pick up something. Apparently they're doing a buy two, get one on Xbox One, PS4 games, so maybe I'll pick up those or something new. Let's find out. All right, so I am done with GameStop, and it did pretty well. I ended up getting $26 in credit for those 3 games, so paid $19, got $26. Not a huge bump, but hey, it's a bump. And I used that along with a couple rewards, to pick up Civilization 7 on the PS5. I would have preferred the Xbox version, but this is the one they had in stock. So I grabbed it for $40 basically, which is good because it just came out for $70, so not too bad. If you include the $19 that I spent on the games I traded in, technically I got it for $60 essentially, so save $10. It's fine. And then I did take advantage. This week, GameStop is doing a buy two, get one deal on PS4, Xbox One games. So I looked around and I picked up a few. We'll start off with Omega Quintet on the PS4. This is an Idea Factory game. Idea Factory games are tough to find and tend to have value. So I picked it up. It was $23, not too bad there. Then we have Guilty Gear RDX2. Or Round Rev 2 on the PS4. I think I have the first one. I don't have the second one on PS4, so now I do. And then my freebie is Lego City Undercover on the Xbox One, a game I've been looking for a little bit. Hadn't found cheap enough, and free is cheap enough. So yeah, picked up 4 more games to add to the collection. So today became an unexpected big game hunt. But overall, I think I did very well. Got Civ, which I'm planning on going home and playing as soon as I get home, and a couple other things, so pretty happy. All right, it is time for the final recap of an interesting week. We went to a pawn shop that we don't normally go to, got some good pickups from GameStop, and I have 3 games that I picked up online that you haven't seen yet. First is from Amazon. I got at a really good price. And the other 2 are from Woot. So let's start off with Amazon. I ordered this game a few weeks ago. The main reason why I ordered it is because it was on sale for $10, brand new sealed. It looks like a action third-person game. For $10, I figured, you know what? Even if it only gives me a few hours of entertainment, it's probably worth checking out. So I got Star Renegades on the PS4. Now, unfortunately, like a lot of PS4 and PS5 games, the disc is loose. That's not that big of a deal, though. I do plan on opening this, because why would I keep Star Renegades sealed? It's not going to be a grail or anything. I paid $10, and this is worth $18. Brand new and sealed. So, good start to our little adventure. So now let's go to Woot, and I picked up 2 games. One of them is an Amazon exclusive cover, and the other is a something I didn't need. It's still a pretty good deal, and I'm actually going to do an unboxing for it on the channel, so be on the lookout for it. But it's still pretty cool, so I figured it was worth a snag for the price I paid. So we'll start off with BPM, bullets per minute on the Switch. This is a rhythm FPS, a roguelike rhythm FPS. Sounds interesting, the visuals look cool. I figured it was worth a shot. It is a limited run game, although it's not a numbered limited run release, it's just a limited run released game. But it looks cool, it's a unique game that I did not have. Figured it was worth a pickup. I paid $25, it's worth $34, so good score there. And then this, I'm pretty sure I have all of these games in some way, shape, or form. I mostly got it for the physical item, but it's a pretty cool physical item. And, you know, I'll have digital copies of all these that I'll actually own, so we'll take it. We have the Doom Anthology on the PS4. Now, if you don't know what this is, it is essentially Doom 1, 2, 64, 3, 2016, and Eternal. I believe most of them are digital codes, although Eternal might be physical. I'm not 100% sure. And it includes a replica BFG that has lights and sounds and a stand, as well as a steelbook case. Originally, this came out for like $80, which that's a bit much. It's a cool little collectible. I don't know if it's worth it, especially if you already have all those Doom games, which I have physical copies of 2016, Eternal, and 64 on Xbox. The original Doom, and I think I have a 360 port. Doom 2 I don't own. Doom 3 I have on 360 and the original Xbox. So I've got a way to play all these games, but now I'll have them all on PS4/PS5, and I have a cool BFG. So I only paid $30 for this, which is the sweet spot. I figured, you know, for the BFG and for the steelbook case that comes with it, it's probably worth grabbing at that price. I paid $30, it's worth $60, so I think we did pretty well there. Now let's get to the stuff you have already seen. Starting off at GameStop, we're gonna go backwards order, where I took advantage of a buy two get one, because this week GameStop is doing buy two get one on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 games. So I looked around and I found 3 that I thought were pretty good pickups, and they were. So we'll start off with Lego City Undercover on the Xbox One. I have been looking for this game for a reasonable price for a while. Finally got it. Free is definitely a reasonable price. So I paid nothing out of pocket for this. It is worth $11. So there you go there. Next up on PS4, I got Guilty Gear XRD Round 2 on the PS4. It is a Guilty Gear fighting game. I have one of them on PS4, but I don't have this one, so I figured it was worth a snag. Again, not a game you see on a regular basis. I paid $18 and this is worth $20. So it's not a huge bump up in value, but that's okay. This one I picked up simply because it is an Idea Factory game. It's not a game you see very often. I figured it was worth a snag. We have Omega Quintet on the PS4. It's an anime girl game. Looks like a tactical RPG, something like that. Could be interesting. Figured it was worth a pickup. I paid $23 for this. It's worth $22, so a slight loss, but that's okay. And then last but certainly not least, a game that I have actually started playing. Was going to play it some tonight. I'm a little tired. I'm not going to, but I probably will play some more tomorrow. Civilization 7 on the PS5. Now, I am a huge fan of Civilization Revolution on the Xbox 360. That's easily one of my most, if not my single most played game of all time. So I was excited to play proper Civ. I do have Civ 6 on the Switch. I haven't played it though, but I wanted to try this one, and so far it's pretty good. There's a lot I need to learn because I haven't played like the mainline Civ games in a very, very long time, but from what I played so far, it controls fairly well. There's a lot to it. It's a pretty solid game. I ended up only paying, because I had some rewards and some trading credit from the stuff I bought at Pawn Shop, I only paid 40 bucks for this. It's worth 70 because it just came out. And then we get to our one pawn shop stop, which turned out okay. It definitely could have been better. It definitely could have been worse. But I picked up some quality games to add to my collection, as well as a few things to trade in, and made a few mistakes along the way. To answer the question that I asked in the title of this video, did that pawn shop rip me off? Technically, no. Because the stuff that I did keep from them is pretty good. And I did gain a little bit of profit from the stuff I traded in. So it's not nearly as good as a lot of the other places I go to, but it was still not bad. So in terms of the keepers, SingStar and Dance on the PS3. Yes, I know there's still a label. This label is like super stuck to it, so I'm probably gonna have to do some hardcore scrubbing to get that off of the case, but it's a SingStar game. I did not have, I believe it was only $4. It was pretty cheap. Paid $4, it is worth $8. This game, so this one I made a mistake on, but it's one I think I'm making up for. I didn't know if I had this or not. I did. And it's also, it's not worth trading in because I paid way more than it would be worth to trade in. So what I'm actually gonna do with it is I'm gonna bless my buddy Matt with it because he is a fan of this series and he does have a PS4. So I figure, you know what? I'm just gonna give him this game as a little bonus. So we have Cobra Kai 2 Dojo Rising on the PS4. It's a game based on Cobra Kai. I paid $8. It's worth $7, so a little bit of a loss. But hey, it's going to be a nice gift for Matt, so I ain't complaining. And then here are the games that I picked up to keep. And all of these were good pickups, to be completely honest. One of them was a game I've been looking for a long time. One of them was a game that I didn't necessarily need, but was worth the pickup for the price I paid. And then one is just a good pickup in general. So we'll start out with Record of Agaris War on the Switch. Apparently this was on a PS3 360 game that they ended up doing a port on the Switch for. It's a tactical RPG. Apparently it's not that common. It is an Arc Sys game. I paid $19 and this one is worth $29. So I actually did very well on that one. Next we have a loose copy of Octopath Traveler on the Switch. I've been looking for the original Octopath for a while. I didn't have it. I have Octopath 2 on the PS5. The only console that got a physical copy of Octopath 1 is the Switch, and now I have it. It is a loose copy, but it's tough to find this game in general, so even at a loose copy, I figured it was worth the snag. So I paid $34. It's only worth $27, so that one I did kind of get screwed over a little bit, but it's a keeper for my collection. I'm not that upset about it. $34 is still better than what a lot of stores are charging. And then, last but certainly not least, we have Ghost of Tsushima, the Director's Cut on the PS5. Now, you do have to pay to upgrade the PS4 version of Ghost of Tsushima to the PS5 version. I don't have to do that anymore because I just have a physical copy of the PS5 version and it is brand new sealed. I will probably open this because I do want to play the PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima. But hey, still pretty cool. Glad to have it and didn't pay a ton for it. I paid $34, it's worth $45 in sealed condition. And that's it. I'd say overall we had a pretty good solid week with just one stop, to be honest. I didn't expect that pawn shop stop to be nearly as lucrative as it was, but hey, we got some good games, we got some good stuff from GameStop, we got some online orders. It's enough for a full week, can't complain. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop, and I will see you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.